Hey everyone, welcome inside the Mid-Century Vault. Pop culture historian Philip Mershon here. Just prior to the beginning of our era, the decade of the 1920s was chock full of fads that came and went just as quickly. There was flagpole sitting, goldfish swallowing, phone booth stuffing. But the one fad of the late 20s that had decided staying power was miniature golf. So get your putter and let's go. The first miniature golf course in the U.S. opened in Pinehurst, North Carolina in 1912. Basically a scaled-down version of a regular golf course designed for putting practice. It was called Thistle-Do, which was wordplay for when the main course was fully reserved or otherwise unavailable. Well, this'll do. But miniature golf courses as we know them were the brainchild of one Garnett Carter of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He and his wife Frida were great fanciers of the old European fairy tales and built the Fairyland Inn Resort Hotel on the top of Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga. The inn was intended to have an adjacent golf course, but continual construction delays hampered its realization, so Carter installed a miniature putting course to pacify the impatient community and hotel guests. Soon, the course designers, Paulie Boyd and Slim Watkins, expanded that one and built a second one in a Chattanooga park. And following the theme and decor of the inn, these courses were resplendent with garden gnomes and windmills, fairy tale creatures, hollow log hazards and ponds, and named after the Old English folklore character Tom Thumb, who was no bigger than his father's thumb. So enthusiastic was the response that Carter quickly patented the name of Tom Thumb Golf, and Boyd and Watkins patented the name Bobolink, which standardized the course designs. And between the two companies' cooperation, the frenzied race was on. And when I say frenzied race, in June of 1930, the LA Times reported that Los Angeles had gone from no Pee-wee golf courses to 300 of them in just 6 months. And on a national level, there were over 25,000 courses in the country by August of 30, with 3 million people playing every day. There were Lilliputian courses in the outskirts of cities. They were in the downtowns. They were outdoors. They were indoors. They were on rooftops. They were by the sea. They were shipboard on the sea. Kids made them in back alleys. And the best part of it was, though it was full of whimsy, mirth, and charm, miniature golf was also fabulously subversive. Because unlike regular golf, a game that had been the exclusive domain of the upper classes, the corporate titans, the wasps, the men, miniature golf was accessible to everyone. It was for the working classes. Depending on the rinky-dinkness or swankiness of the course, a game could be played for anywhere from a penny to 25 cents. It was for women. A very unfunny reporter quipped in a news article that putting came naturally to most women because of their gifts with wielding a broom. And it was for minorities. Both the Savoy Ballroom and the Apollo Theater in Harlem offered miniature golfing, and the miniature course at the East Potomac Park in Washington, D.C. was desegregated in 1941. At its height, there was an estimated over 50,000 miniature golf courses across the United States alone. They were everywhere, and each was trying to outdo the other with increasingly elaborate windmills, castles, and loop-de-loops. Throughout the mid-century era, the cultural impact was immense. Here's Fred Astaire with a friend on the rooftop course of the White Hotel in Manhattan, and here is a look at the spectacular Wilshire Links owned by film legend Mary Pickford. She utilized artisans from her United Artists studio for the French ultramodern design. A stripped-down version with fewer obstacles and far less sense of humor was rebranded as putt-putt golf and saw much popularity in the 1960s and 70s. And though I'll give them points for honing in on a time-honored marketing strategy, for my money, give me a goofy, elaborate miniature golf course any old day. They continue to be a go-to for family outings, date nights, and of course, birthday events. There's a timeless charm to miniature golf that just keeps bringing people back. It's challenging enough to be engaging, but simple enough that anyone can pick up a putter and have a blast. Comment if you have a favorite course or a miniature golf memory. Oh, and also, you guys, at present, I'm at about 950 subscribers, and I'd love to hit that golden 1,000. Can you help a fella get there? It'd be swell to have you come back around for further adventures. And until next time, may all your efforts be a hole in one.